Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas. This is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, Jabron Hernandez, David Bonilla, and here in shortly, our resident attorney, Ashley Patton. Thank you guys for joining us today. We are here to help you grow your real estate business.
That's right.
I had to think about that for just a quick second.
What
I'm like, why are we here again? I'm still trying to figure it out. We just got done from a team lunch. One of our agents closed a couple properties, made some good money, and was real happy, and decided he was going to take the whole team out to Thai food. And that's just one of those things I don't miss. When somebody invites me to food, generally the answer is yes, but especially when we're going to a good Thai place. So we went out to a place called Tony's Thai. It's the first time I've ever been there. It's right off of Bel Air and Bel Air and Wilcrest. And man, it was good. It was a really good amount of food, first of all.
That's what I've heard.
All Asian food is just it's amazing, yeah. Man. They really pack a plate together.
It was really cool, man. And last night, just to kind of give you guys a brief update on what happened, I told you guys last show that I was going to be going to my little girl's recital. So last night I got a chance to witness Eliana's first ballet recital, which was hilarious, by the way. Have you ever been to like a soccer game for like 4-year-olds? What do they call it? Like pee-wee soccer?
I guess.
Yeah. If you've ever been to one of those, it's the best thing about it isn't the fact that they play soccer.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was thinking about one of your kids when Danny was playing soccer, and he had like one teammate that just went and sat down
and just cried.
In the middle of the game. He just sat down, started crying.
Just cried.
And his parents were like on the sideline screaming, "Eddie, you need to run, Eddie!
Run, Eddie!" No, last night it was hilarious, though, man, because it's 10 little girls are on the stage. None of them know what they're doing, so they're just like twirling around, doing this thing the whole time.
That was so fun.
And the music's going, and they're just like enjoying themselves, man. They're just having a good time. So it's been a great last couple of days. This morning I went to meet with an investor, which I want to tell you guys a whole lot more about at the end of the show during the tip. We're going to give you guys an inside scoop on why this investor had to call us, even though he's got this property listed and hasn't had absolutely any showings.
Zero.
And hasn't had any showings. He's had 4 showings in the last 3 months, and he wants to know. He wanted to know why, and I had to give him a blunt, honest truth on it, man.
So that's coming up at the end of the show?
So at the end of the show, we're going to give you guys an idea on what happened, what it is, what mistakes he made, and maybe you guys can keep from making those mistakes if you're out there looking to buy investment property and maybe flip a house here or there. The other things we have to talk about, by the way, as always, we have a phenomenal show planned.
Phenomenal.
We want to talk to you guys about Tesla. We want to give you guys some information on what it's going to cost to put a roof on
the new Tesla solar tiles.
Yeah, so we can't wait to give you guys some info on that. We did some digging around. We found some info on what the price point is going to be on putting one of those solar tile roofs on, which everyone is super excited about. BB was telling us a whole lot about how he drove a Tesla. Not a solar.
Oh yeah, I test drove a Tesla, and that was wow. I wanted to, I like my car. I love my car, but God, man, that car made me want to just trade in right there on the spot. It's an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, so we'll bring you guys all that information here shortly, and then 10 reasons why your Facebook ads suck, right? Basically.
Why they're not generating leads is the nice way to put it.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. That's the polite way to say it. Anyways, guys, you guys are on the Realty Ruckus. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas. They offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, David, what's the weather look like for us this week out there?
Well, it's actually going to be pretty much the same weather every day, today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. Of course, always thanks to Ashley Patton for bringing in the sunshine through the weekend.
Sunday fun day, baby!
It's going to be a high of 88 throughout the weekend and a low of 66 throughout the weekend with sunny skies. So get out there and enjoy it, guys.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Hopefully the Rockets win tonight and people are in happy mood to go enjoy the beautiful weekend.
It's time to party if they win.
Hey, have y'all seen the new MVP trophy?
No.
Oh, with Ginobili.
Yeah, it's got an MVP trophy with Ginobili blocking the ball. It's so wrong.
That's awesome. So we wanted to talk about Tesla and the new tile roof that they're getting ready to release. Now, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, B, because I know you've been doing a lot of research on this, we're at the point where we can actually pre-order some of these tiles and actually start maybe potentially getting ready to start installing here in the next year or so.
Yeah, so what a lot of these companies do is that they take pre-orders and they'll take a deposit. And that deposit is fully refundable if you decide not to purchase, but they take that money to begin the production. So that doesn't mean that they're fully in production right now, but they're pre-taking those orders. $1,000 is what the deposit is, and everyone who pre-orders, then they'll be first on the list to get the installation.
Yeah.
Nice. Ashley, you already put your $1,000 down?
After the show, I will be.
Nice.
I mean, that is the best technology since sliced bread.
You think so?
I think so.
Have you looked at what the total price will be on putting it on a house?
You know, price.
Or does it even matter?
Price is what you pay. Value is what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Add that to the book. Add that to the book.
Ashleyisms. Go ahead and stick that on there,
Price
you guys.
is what you pay.
Write it on there.
Value is what you get.
I mean, imagine how nice it'd be if you didn't have to make that monthly payment every year.
Yeah.
Every month. I mean, now granted, solar power, it's, it won't cover everything, but if it covers something, I mean, I think it's worthwhile for the price because just electricity bill is probably the check I hate paying the worst every month.
What is your electricity bill?
Yeah, what is your
look like, if
electricity
you don't mind
bill
me
cost?
asking?
It's about $1,500 a month.
What the hell, man?
Well, I mean, it's an old house. The house was built in 1943. I've got the saltwater swimming pool, which constantly runs. And then on top of that, I've got a lot of toys.
Yeah.
And those toys are very, very electric hungry.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
Now it's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
On who would pay for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because my electricity bill is not even close to that.
What is your electricity bill?
Maybe like $200.
$200?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do? You sleep with air conditioning at 78 degrees?
But we've gone and redone all of the windows. We have double pane windows. We've really done a lot of extra upgrades.
He's got like R50 insulation in the attic. Yeah.
Now, how big's your house?
It's 1,800 square feet.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lived in a little cubicle.
It feels like it. It feels like it at this point.
I mean, this room right now is big to you.
Yeah.
That's why we're scrammed like little sardines in this little corner because, I mean, it's just you're used to it.
My house fits inside of Ashley's like living room.
Your house fits inside of Ashley's game room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably so. Well, probably my closet, my game room. I mean, that's, you know, it's a. I mean, I'm not trying to brag here.
This guy's got a 45,000 square
Now,
foot house.
now I see. It makes sense.
Let's talk about it, though.
pricing.
Yeah, let's talk about pricing for a second.
Because I don't know if Ashley knows exactly what it's going to cost.
Is your house
to
a
put it on
one-story or
this house.
two-story?
It's soon to be 2 stories. Right now, it's 1 story.
Okay, so it's 1 story right now. How many square feet is it?
I've got 2 houses. One's about 3,000. The other's about 2,500.
Okay, so you got about 5,500 total square feet.
Right.
Now we're just going to assume very, very simple that you just got like flat roof across the whole thing. So we'll call it 5,500 square feet.
Okay.
I'm going to calculate real quick while you guys talk what it's going to cost you to put a solar roof.
Yeah, and
Oh, I
we'll
can't wait to hear.
we'll see if this is going to still be a good deal for you.
Yeah, $1,000. I may be rich now. I may be $1,000 richer after BB finishes this calculation.
So we've found out what they're going to be charging on an average per square foot basis. Now, not every tile is going to be active.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So the inactive tiles are going to be priced differently than the active tiles.
Now,
And
what's the difference between an active versus an inactive tile?
Well, the active tile is going to be the one that's going to be collecting the sunlight and,
Okay.
and storing the power,
Gotcha.
essentially. And about 35% of the roof will need to be active.
Okay.
Right? Am I getting all this right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, man. I'm like, whoa. Alan's actually hitting all the facts. Man, this is cool.
Hey, Alan does his research here in the Realty
Exactly.
Ruckus.
Obviously, you guys can see that I've done my research.
Okay, so Ashley, what would you be comfortable paying for a solar roof?
About 35,000.
Okay, you're looking at about 135,000.
Woo!
There you go.
I'm saving my $1,000.
You want that $1,000 back?
All right, I'm saving that $1,000, so I'm not going to be on the pre-orders.
So
What did you base that off of?
So it averages price per square foot between the active tiles and the inactive tiles about $22 a square foot. It's like $21.89. And then I added in just about $10 a square foot for labor.
Okay.
Now on a regular roof, you're looking at $3 to $4 a square foot composition. Okay,
Right.
we're not talking about metal shingles or tile shingles. Composition roof, which is probably 90% of all roofs out there are composition. They go $3 to $4 a square foot. So you're talking about with the Tesla roof, an increase of about 7 times when you include labor in that calculation.
Now, what does the cost look like for a tile roof?
Yeah, or metal roof.
So a tile roof is going to run you. Let me do a calculation on it real quick. You guys talk about something.
BB's
while I
gonna
run some
do all the
numbers, okay?
calculations.
And this is why I asked, because Tesla isn't basing because they come out and say that it's the roof over its lifetime is going to cost you less than another roof that you would buy, and what they're basing that off of is the tile and or metal roof, not the composite shingle.
Right.
Which I mean, who really goes out there and gets tile and metal roofs? I mean, it's not
Nobody.
something that people actually
maybe
go
this
out
guy.
there and
So-
get.
Maybe.
If Ashley redid his entire roof with a tile or with a metal roof, he'd be looking at about $90,000.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Somewhere in that price range.
And so they're
Okay.
basically saying with that cost, and then with the energy that's produced by the solar roof is actually obviously saving you money each month, and over the long run, a 30-year period, you're gonna
make money.
I can honestly
rather
see
than
that.
spend
I
it.
can see that if you're comparing it to a tile or metal roof.
I will say this. It's pretty cool. One thing about it, they're putting what they call an infinity warranty on the shingles, which is going to mean it is for the entire life of that home. So as long as the home is still standing, that roof is warranted.
Right.
Which
Wow.
that's pretty amazing. You're
Yeah.
not going to get that out of composition roof. And they've got all these cool videos online. You guys can look them up where they're dropping hailstorm, like if it was a hailstorm, onto the roof shingles and just showing how the tile roofs, the metal roofs, even the composition roofs just getting ripped apart, and the Tesla shingle survives.
Now, what I'm curious about is now every solar panel made today loses its value over the time.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, at
it's not
first-
nearly as efficient.
Right, nearly as efficient. They lose efficiency by 7% or something like that per year.
Yeah.
Now, is Tesla guaranteeing the efficiency as well?
That I don't know. It didn't
They
say
do
that.
have a warranty on the active cells as far as how long they will service making them active, basically. So they do have a warranty on them, but I'm not sure what the exact warranty is.
So a new composition roof probably run you around $20,000 or so.
Right.
This one's gonna run you what?
130 about
$130.
But you're prepaying your electricity because if you're spending $1,500 a month times 12 months of the year, geez, man,
That's true.
That adds up quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You have to just figure out what the break even is in terms of years and figure out if it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's like you're financing your electricity.
Well, we called it. This is not going to be something that's going to be readily available for the largest group of buyers out there.
No.
This is going to be for someone who can really afford it and offset the cost.
Absolutely.
And
It's going to be people who can afford an expensive roof.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, guys, we have to take a quick commercial break. You guys are on the Realty Ruckus. When we get back, we'll get into 10 reasons why your Facebook ads are not working. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we want to go ahead and jump into the conversation of why do your Facebook ads suck? Because most people out there keep saying, I get nothing from my Facebook ads. I get nothing from my Facebook ads.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any results. I'm spending $10 a week or something because they're really cheap on Facebook. But they're like, Facebook marketing totally sucks. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it happens. So what's kind of funny is I took a picture of a Facebook ad that was showing up on my feed.
Yeah.
It was about a week back, and it was from a local realtor here in Houston, and it was a picture of like a nice pond or something. Right?
It was a good picture of a nice pond, though.
It was like a random fountain from somewhere
like
they had taken a picture of.
Pond or fountain, and it had his name, and it said, his name / realtor and his number, and it kept showing up on my newsfeed, and I wondered, who on earth, in their right mind, would ever click on that?
Yeah,
just a rare person out there who knows nobody else in the world, and he has a house he wants to buy.
Is that what it is?
It targets the person who doesn't know anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Knows absolutely no one. Has 0 friends on Facebook.
I mean, almost like the little hooker who emails you saying, "Hey, I want to be your friend," and she's got absolutely no friends, but she's kind of hot.
That
so
happens.
You always hit yes.
That happens a lot on Facebook nowadays. It's crazy. I get at least 2 requests like that on a daily basis.
Do you accept yes?
No, absolutely not. I don't know what they're gonna do with that information or what they. Because how many of those do you get? Seriously, I mean, I get maybe at least 1 or 2 a day. And
hot women.
good-looking women, yeah.
And you say no. Maybe once I get married,
Oh man,
maybe
come
I'll
on!
start
Those
clicking
those,
no.
those straight up just hooker ones are hilarious, man. I mean,
You know that they are because there's only one. There's only one picture of them. There's only one picture. You click on if you click on that thing. There's only one picture of them, and they posted it like last week.
Yeah.
And
it says one mutual friend.
Yeah,
Ashley
one
Patton.
Yeah.
mutual
Ashley
friend.
Patton is our only
Ashley
mutual
Patton.
friend for some reason. Now I get it.
And they're all from Russia. No, they're all from Russia. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, so if they're Russian, Ashley Patton's accepting.
So we changed the apparently this segment changed to why you should add hookers on Facebook. But I think we should get back to 10 reasons why your Facebook ads really
Thank you very
suck.
much, Mr. Producer, for bringing us back.
Thank you. Keep me back in track.
All right,
my goodness.
so the point of this whole story was that I didn't think anyone was ever going to click on that ad.
Yeah.
So I shared it with the team. I just took a picture of it and I said, what makes this a good or bad advertisement?
Okay.
And everyone had something to say about it. It's like everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing,
Right.
but not everyone does it. So one of the things we wanted to do is give you guys 10 reasons why your ads aren't working. If you're running ads, which you should be.
Absolutely.
Because nowadays, it's so much easier to use Facebook to target the right people that you want to be in front of than to go out and buy a billboard or whatever the heck else people were doing back in the days, putting their advertisement in the yellow pages or whatnot.
Right.
So, all right, let's go through these real quick so that our audience out there can get an idea if they're running ads, and if they're not running ads, it's time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like reason number one, because reason number one is just any type of marketing that you're doing on the internet. And this includes Google AdWords or anything. But people feel like they can just put up a Facebook ads and the results are going to come no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to see that guy's picture and be like, oh, I should totally call this guy because of this fountain.
Yeah, that's a really nice fountain.
And if you notice, it didn't even have contact information there.
Right.
And when you click through, it sent you to the front page of his website,
Mm-hmm.
but there's nothing there to really get your attention and to make you do a call to action. Hey, you like this house? Here's how you can get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Fill out this form right here. You got to make sure that your ad is sending people to a landing page that has been specifically designed
For that ad.
for capturing people's information.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sole purpose of your ad, is to capture people's information.
Yeah.
You don't actually expect someone to see that ad and be like, oh my God, I love that house. I'm going to buy today.
Well, and I'm actually glad you mentioned that, because the expectation is the problem from the beginning. If you think that the person that is scrolling through Facebook that sees your ad is going to call you, that's probably the wrong expectation.
Yeah.
The expectation really is that you want that person to click to your page. One, if you're good and understand how to work this thing, you've now collected their pixel, which now you can retarget them.
Right.
Second thing, if you've done everything right, you're gonna find a way to collect their contact information, and they're not gonna call you. You're gonna call them.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna call them, which you should, then you're at least gonna drop a couple of emails letting them know how you can help them. Maybe send them something of value, and start creating a rapport with them. It's not about them calling you anymore. It's not like people used to do it. Literally, hey, I need a plumber. Let me look through the yellow pages.
Well,
oh, here's a plumber. Let me call him.
You got to think there's a big difference. So people don't understand that there's different types of marketing, right? And the best way it's ever been described to me was through a marketing agency here. They're the ones who run Houston Free Press and Houston Press. And what they told me is that there's two types of marketing. There's forward leaning and there's backward leaning, right? Forward leaning being people get in front of their computer, they know what they want, and they start searching for it. So they type in, for example, Ashley wants to find ways to reduce his electric bill.
Yeah.
And he goes in and he searches Google and says, ways to reduce my electric bill.
Yeah.
That's forward leaning. That's someone looking for something.
Okay.
On Facebook, that's not forward leaning. That's what's called backwards leaning. That's the person that's sitting back, scrolling, waiting to see, oh man, there's that backpack. I've been looking for a backpack. Yeah, let me go ahead and click that. Or Ashley going through it. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know his electric bill could be lower.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going through there and then he's like, oh, look, ambient energy. That's a joke. But seriously, like, you're scrolling through there, and when it comes to your attention, and it's something that's been going through your mind, then you click it. It's not forward leaning, it's backwards leaning on Facebook.
Backwards leaning meaning if you are the advertiser, the person that is looking for that client, you know the things that person is going through or thinking, and you're targeting them based on some of their other actions.
Yeah.
So the realtor who's got a picture of a nice fountain or somewhat nice fountain or just a fountain in the background, do you think he's looking for forward-leaning leads or backward-leading leads?
He's not. He doesn't know what he's looking for.
He's not thinking.
He doesn't know what he's looking for.
Buyers listings or Or do you think he's looking for buyers?
I think you actually hit it on the nail when you said he's targeting the person that knows absolutely nothing or no one else.
Well, and the other thing is he failed to ask the questions that Ashley is asking right now. Who am I targeting? Am I going after buyers? Am I going after sellers?
Yeah.
Great. I'm going after sellers. Okay, let me set up
Let me get that message.
Yeah, let me get that message, provide some type of value to these people, and get them to my landing page so I can capture their information.
Good idea.
That's
it's
how you're
actually,
doing.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, all right, let's say you're trying to target buyers. And I don't know if this is what he was trying to target or not. Let's just assume that that's what he was trying to shoot for, right?
Yeah.
What could he have given as a form of value to that buyer?
Well, a great example, and for people that went to our social media class, they'll recognize this example is Troy. He actually what he did is, and that's Troy Hitt from Spoken About. He put together. He's targeting people that just got engaged, right? Mm-hmm. And he wants to provide them with a free engagement announcement video.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And so they click on that ad and they have to input their information. And so his thought process is, I provided something of value to these people. Yep. But more than likely will need to be searching for a home here in the next coming months. And now they're in my database.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things to remember is that whatever you give as value doesn't necessarily have to be directly related to your product. So it doesn't have to be, oh, here's more information about buying a house. That's great. Yes, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But when you can really start to think and go deeper into what would those people be thinking? Who wants to buy a house? People who just got married, people that are moving from one city to another, people that are, I don't know, whatever, sellers, people that are getting divorced. They usually have to sell. So you got to start looking at ways that you can target those items and then capture their information to let them know that you do real estate.
Giving them something of value in exchange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is exactly what Troy was trying to do.
Right. Well, not to mention engagement video. They will have that engagement video with them the rest of their lives until they get a divorce.
That's true.
That's true.
And they go around and they'll tell other people.
And then it'll still be on Facebook.
I got this engagement video from White Picket Realty. They made that engagement.
Good job on that, Troy. I mean, I love that. I love that idea.
That's a great idea.
All right, the next one is your ad. Number 2, your ad seriously lacks appeal.
Yeah.
And this is right hand in hand with what we were just talking about. And I pulled up the actual ad here, Ashley, so you can kind of see what it actually looks like.
That's a pretty looking pool.
It's just a pond. That's it. Yeah. All right.
But cool. I'm not calling Ted for anything.
No, exactly. It just says real estate made easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
all right,
somebody scrolling would have to be like, man, real estate is so hard. Oh, wait, what? Ted? Ted? Real estate's made easy?
I got to call this guy.
All right, I got his number on here. Let me give old Ted a call.
Does he even say he's a realtor, though?
Yeah,
it does.
I mean, okay.
It does say he's a realtor.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's about it.
I hope he doesn't watch the show because he's not going to like us clowning.
No, he'll love it. Yeah. He'll love it because he's going to go back and stop wasting his money when he realizes how to make it better.
You know what? I don't know how much money he spent, but I know that if you don't know what you're doing, you spend money foolishly, and I'll tell you why. This showed up in my feed, meaning he was targeting me, who is a realtor.
And we're gonna get to the targeting. Yeah. We're gonna get to the targeting, but the ad has no appeal. It's like Ashley said. You have to really ask that question. What am I targeting? Am I targeting buyers? Am I targeting sellers? And then you have to appeal to that crowd.
Right.
Just putting real estate made easy.
Yeah.
Man, how many people are actually out there thinking, real estate's so hard. I wish it was easy. Yeah. Thank God Ted is here, That
would be a leaning back advertisement.
That's really leaning back right there. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The other one is your ad's offer doesn't correspond to the website they're directed to.
Yes.
Okay, so what does that actually
mean? That goes back to what we were saying on number 1, the landing page. It has to go relevant. So it's like you put out the page on there that says, click here to get your free engagement video. And then they click there.
And it goes to the homepage.
And it goes to the homepage of your White Picket Realty.
And it has search for your dream home.
And they're like, wait, what? This has nothing to do.
Where's my video at?
Yeah, people are going to be confused. You got to make sure that landing page is really directed
so the landing page should be a quick little video. Hey, we're going to give you guys a quick little video. Here, fill out this information next.
Yeah, it has to go along with what is important in your ad.
Yeah.
So if your ad is giving one message, your landing page has to give the same message. Otherwise, you confuse people, and people will click out. That's called a clickback. I mean, when people click in and they go, "Oh, no, not what I was looking for. That was a scam."
Yeah.
And that's why people are so worried about the internet. Right. It's not that people are trying to scam. Ted's not trying to scam anyone.
No.
He just doesn't get how to make marketing work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then people think that they're getting scammed.
Exactly.
And because everyone thinks everything on the internet is either real or a scam. So you're either on one side or the other, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're Brandon, you believe everything on the internet
Like
is real.
the baby born with a full-size adult tongue.
Yeah.
I mean,
he showed us a picture a while ago, and he's like, "Oh my God, can you believe this?" And
Bro.
it's a picture of a baby, a cute little baby with an adult-sized tongue sticking out. I'm
It
like,
is clearly Photoshopped.
I'm like, dude,
Brandon
you
does
realize that's
Photoshop.
not real, right?
And
He's like,
Brandon,
"No, it is. I swear it is."
And what site was that on?
we
can't give that site on the air,
Brandon's exact
actually.
answer was he'd rather not say.
Let's talk about targeting.
Targeting.
Number 4.
Let's talk about
This is a
targeting.
big one. This is
important.
huge.
And
yeah.
that's the one I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Is why am I as a realtor seeing that ad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it a waste of his money?
I think so.
Yes.
I would say yes. You have to make sure that you're going in there. And what people don't realize is you can include an audience, but you can also exclude an audience. So if anyone has that their employment is a realtor or anything along those lines, that they're a loan officer or something, why even waste your money on them? You're not going to get the deal.
Well,
so waste your money where it makes sense.
You're either paying for impressions or for clicks. So if you're paying for impressions and you're targeting or you're showing up on a realtor's page, you've wasted your money.
Right.
You've thrown your money away.
Absolutely.
And you got no results. And that's what happens when they look back and they're like, "Oh, I spent all this money on Facebook and I didn't make a single dime." And you're like, "Well,
I guarantee you, if you went and you asked Ted today, man, Ted, was it Facebook working for you or not? He'd be like, Facebook marketing sucks.
Yeah, Ted's gonna be so
You don't
pissed.
get anything from Facebook marketing.
Ted.
And I make real estate easy. We'll be back after the break, though.
Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we're in the heated discussion here about
Very
Facebook
heated.
ads, and unfortunately, I feel like Ted's been the butt of the joke today.
Poor Ted.
So I'm just going to change his name to John Smith
I'm not
for
worried
the rest
about
of
it.
the show.
I don't think Ted goes on Facebook very often, so he'll be okay.
He pays enough money for
So-
Facebook, though.
Yeah, he does.
We want to make sure that we get through this list. We're going to go through it really quickly so that we can jump
quick.
into our legal segment with Ashley, because we're already in the courtroom.
We're
I mean,
already
we-
there.
Oh, yeah. There you
during
go.
the commercial
Look at that.
break, we all ran and got into the courtroom. So, So let's finish up the list here. So number 5, your audience is too broad or too narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier in targeting. You got to make sure that you're not targeting such a small sector that there's like 15 people your ad is going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be effective with 15 people.
What's the point?
And you want to make sure that you're not targeting the entire city of Houston either, because how many times will they actually see your ad? You have 6 million plus people who live here. So you really have to start to say, okay, I've got this sector of 10,000 people or 15,000 people that I'm targeting, or sometimes even smaller, 2,500 people. And I don't want any realtors. I don't want anyone who's involved in real estate. I don't want people. I mean, if you live in a place where you know that the majority of people are something, then like a certain age or something, you want
you can exclude all.
You can exclude people and include people. And we talked about that before because somebody brought that up. Is that discriminatory to do that? And you choose where you send your marketing. That's not discrimination at all. You're choosing where your marketing goes, and you're going to go to the people it makes the most sense to.
It is discriminatory, but all discrimination is not bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes discrimination is good because you just want to target your focus.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
I felt like there was going to be an Ashleyism coming after that.
Oh, I was waiting for it.
I was really prepared for that one.
Just not that tough.
You know, I really like this little graph that they show on here that shows where your targeting should be.
Yeah, I mean, Facebook makes it so easy. They literally have a little thing with an arrow, and it shows you
if it's too broad, too narrow, or
clearly
defined. And you know what? It's crazy because when you're first getting into this, you feel like you should be more narrow than broad. But this kind of explains why you shouldn't be. So let's go ahead and move on. 6, you're not split testing your ads on your squeeze page. What does split testing mean?
It means try different ads. Okay. Try an A, try a B, and then say.
It's really what you do is you take almost the same exact ad, but you're just going to change one thing about it. You control everything else, and you either change just the image, or just a color scheme, or just
it's literally the scientific method for your ad. You're just going to change one variable, see which one is more effective. Perfect. That one's been more effective.
Now
B.
test it against
now I'm going to go
one.
B against C.
Got it.
And now I'm going to go maybe B wins again. I'm going to go B against D, and you keep doing that to get the most effective ad possible.
Awesome.
Yeah. You want to be the most efficient possible with your money.
All right. The next one is the image you're advertising with is bad.
I think we've already proven that one.
Should we talk more about that here, Short?
Well, and just real quick on number 8. Did we skip number 7? Yeah, number 7 we skipped it. But number 8, the image you're advertising with is bad. Don't use stock images. Your own images are always the best, or get a professional photographer.
And there's a reason why you shouldn't use stock images too, by the way, because there are companies out there like Getty Images who will literally sue you. That's their entire business model. Throw out images, see that you use them, sue you for it.
Oh, absolutely. I want to jump back to number 7 because even though we skipped it, it is really important. And all it is whatever that your Facebook page says has to go along with your ads and what you do. So you got to make sure that you have activity on your Facebook page. You can't just start running ads and expect people to go to your landing pages, because they're going to go back and they're going to look at your digital resume, which is your Facebook page, your LinkedIn. Most likely, though, here it's going to be your Facebook. This is what you're advertising on. So make sure it correlates.
All right, number 9, your ad copy leaves something to be desired. What does that mean?
That's the copy is the wording in your ads. And so that's kind of like with a real estate made easy kind of thing. That's really a really weak message. So basically, it's telling you don't have a weak message.
Got it.
Yeah, and the thing is with Facebook advertising, they limit the number of words that you can have on an image. They're very picky about that.
20%, is that right?
I think so.
It's within an image.
Within the image, and then you get to put a little bit on top in a description. But you don't want to get lost in the description. You don't want to be like, real estate made easy because I do everything and I can do this and then I do that. And then people are like, no, they're not going to make it to the end.
Too much,
it's too much.
Got it. Okay.
1.5 seconds.
Last but not least, you're pulling the plug way too fast.
Yeah, so after 2 days, if you don't have a freaking lead in the books, don't give up yet. It takes some time. It takes some testing. You got to really work at it.
Hey, and number 11, if you don't know anything, don't just throw your money away. Hire someone like Troy or a company here in town similar to his.
Yeah, Troy who
can literally point you in the right direction. And I would say it's probably better money spent to just pay someone to help you put these together than to try to put them together yourself, kind of like Ted did here, and literally throw the money away.
So one book that I recommend to people, we've been talking about reading a lot, and this is a book. I actually got a chance to meet this individual at one of the PubCon conferences. His name is Tim Ash, and he is the master of landing pages. So he redid Bose's landing pages. Any big company you can think of, they hired him to do them.
Wow.
He has a book called Landing Page Optimization. Literally takes you step by step on building a good landing page, and he shows you what's called heat maps, where people's eyes are going to be drawn to, what kind of colors they are. Where their mouse is going to go over, everything you could ever want to know about a landing page to make it perfect. It's in that book.
That's
and it's
awesome.
on its second edition now, so they've updated it from the last time.
We'll drop the information on that below for you guys in case you guys want to check that out. Let's go ahead and move on to our legal segment.
Absolutely.
Because these are topics that not everyone gets a chance to talk about out in the real estate industry. And for example, one of the things that we want to cover today, which not everybody knows about, in fact, nobody really knows about this, it's called Ladybird deeds.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, so what the heck is a Ladybird deed, and where can it get us in trouble, and how do we get out of it?
Well, basically, before I tell you what a Ladybird deed is, I'll tell you what a Ladybird deed is not.
Okay.
Now, most people understand, they've heard the term joint tenants or tenancy in common.
Right.
In Texas, they're basically the same thing. So when you acquire property, two people acquire property. If it's not community property, they are joint tenants or tenants in common. I mean, they're used simultaneously. When one person dies, the property goes to his or her heirs.
Right.
And so, in other words, some people say, well, two people own the property, one person dies, the other person gets the property. That's a joint tenancy with a survivorship. Now, to do that, you require the warranty deed has to express the survivorship provisions, and there's a separate agreement filed in the real property records that lets the world know when this person dies, the other person takes title. Now,
it's not going to automatically happen.
No.
So and so that's where people get confused. It's all right. I own this property with this other person, and it could be your spouse, or it could be a brother or whatever, right?
Right.
But when one of the persons that owns that property passes away, it doesn't automatically go to the other person.
No. In fact, the law is against that. Presumption is against that. So two brothers acquired a property from the father. The brother thinks, hey, once the other brother dies, the father gave me the property. It goes all to me.
Yeah.
But instead, the nephew and nieces take over the brother's property.
Right.
And they didn't want, that wasn't the intention of the father, that wasn't the intention of the brother, and it wasn't the intention of the other brother, but by operation of law, it happens.
Got it.
And so what a Ladybird deed is, it's called an enhanced life estate. So I sell you the property and I maintain a life estate. But it's different than a life estate deed, because a life estate deed, once I die, then it's over. The beneficiaries accept. But under a Ladybird deed, I could sell the property, maintain a life estate, and reserve to myself to manage, to dispose of the property, to enhance the property, or to reconvey the property as I see fit. So in this particular instance, how this came into play is the beneficiaries were all happy. They got the warm, fuzzy feeling that the kids were going to take the ownership of the property. But I had to say at the closing, it's like, well, you realize this is an enhanced life estate, meaning that the grantor can appoint other beneficiaries in his lifetime. And
did you guys get all that?
That was a little
or
tough.
Should we go back and translate that to English?
I'm usually pretty good.
Yeah,
all right,
that's pretty tough right there.
Basically, in layman's term, I could sell the property again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the same property, I could sell it a second time,
right.
And
in a life estate.
In a life estate,
correct.
And the beneficiaries, in other words, the originally grantees.
Do you have to give them their money back from the first sale?
No, because
so you can sell it 10 times and take money from 10 people?
Well, I mean, put it this way. If you get the property, it's the grantee who acquires the property. And then when he sells it as the grantor, he's basically reserved himself a life estate with the ability to redistribute the property. And so the deed is going to recite that. And so the grantee essentially gets nothing. And normally how it's done is it's all involved in a family type situation with probate situation. And so, it's burned a couple people that I know of because, they're all like, well, the only way I'm going to sign off the ownership is if you put my children in the deed. That you would give them a life estate.
Yeah.
And so it's just the latest way to screw the buyer, so to speak, screw the nephews and grandsons and grandchildren.
Wow, man. So if you see a Ladybird deed out there,
ask yourself why it's being done.
Yeah.
Where does this help? How can someone use something like this to help them in their everyday real estate practice?
Well, basically, it exists out there because sometimes people want to sell property, and they want to sell the property and realize that that's a fake sale. It's an illusionary sale. So if somebody says, hey, I want to sell the property to somebody, but I want to create with a Ladybird deed, that's not the client you want to have because they're not really trying to sell the property because they've sold nothing. They have basically sold the property but maintained a complete right to own the property. And so it's what to avoid because right now Ladybird deeds are becoming popular, and it's not the type of transaction that you want to spend your time representing.
Now, how does that work on like in terms of title insurance? Like, what do you guys look like? What does it look like on your end when you see a property that's being transferred and it's with a Ladybird deed?
We won't insure it. We can't insure it because there's nothing being transferred. How we normally see it is we normally see it in the situation afterwards. So in other words, hey, we want to use a Ladybird deed. I was like, well, it's not insurable. And normally we don't get told.
So you actually get people who come and want to do a Ladybird deed.
Absolutely.
Why is it called a Ladybird deed? I got to ask.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Okay, so it is based off of that. Okay.
Yeah, Eleanor Roosevelt. Of course, everybody called her Ladybird, and so she did that type of deed. Where it's an enhanced life estate. But the good thing about a Ladybird deed is, if the person who reserves a life estate, if they die, there's no need to probate on her property.
Got it.
So that's the benefit.
So the beneficiary then has full control ownership and does everything that they want.
And
So we have a pretty cool scenario where we actually saw it play out in real life, right, Bibi? So what happened with our Bibi's looking at me like, what the heck are you talking about?
You got to remind me on this one.
Do you know Grandma Ruby?
Yeah. I do. Okay. I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, now you know. Yeah. So what happened is her husband passed away. This is our grandma from our stepfather's side, and her husband passed away, gave her a life estate, right? And then the original beneficiary or the beneficiary is his son.
Okay.
So she gets a chance to live there until she passes away with absolutely no ownership or anything to have onto. Until she passes away, and then it goes to his son. Is that basically the way it works?
Well, that's just a life estate.
Yeah.
Because a life estate, once she dies, it goes to the beneficiaries. But now, had it been done on a Ladybird deed, your aunt or your grandmother, your grandmother had the right to turn around and resell that property. And the
beneficiaries would never get
a thing. Where the life estate, the beneficiary gets the entire property, subject
so basically,
to the life estate.
It's if they want to, for lack of a better way to say, if they want to screw the beneficiaries down the road, they have the ability to. So it's like, hey, don't F with grandma, because if we do, she has the right to take this stuff away from us.
Absolutely.
Pretty much?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
And that was an actual situation that happened at a title company because they wanted to do that. And it's just like, and I had to be the bearer of bad news saying, hey, this is actually not what you're getting done.
Oh.
Wow, man. Crazy. All right, you guys. You guys are on the Realty Ruckus. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll talk about an investor who's going through some really hard times and why, and how you can keep from happening the same to you. We'll be right back. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live tweet us at Realty Ruckus. You can also find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, everyone just had their minds blown, and I'm sure that our audience out there is probably like, I don't even like...
Audience is still trying to
I
digest
don't like
all of this.
ladybirds. I don't like birds. I don't like ladies. It all just sounds awful to me, right?
All of it put together sounds horrible.
But basically, yeah, we were talking about it during the break, and to give everyone a quick recap, it basically gives whoever has that deed,
the Ladybird deed,
the power to rescind a sale, or the power to just transfer it to somebody else if you tick them off.
Yeah.
It basically is like, don't mess with me because I still have the power.
I'm going to sell this house. However, I'm going to live here until I die. And if I want to sell it to somewhere else, then I can do that too.
While I'm alive. But once I die, you'll get it.
Yep.
So you gotta hope.
If I die, you get it.
Don't tick me off until I'm dead. Or don't kill me either.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess,
or don't let me see another offer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because if somebody comes in here and offers me $1 million to sell the property,
then
guess
it's
what?
gone.
You're SOL.
I wonder how often those people are killed.
Wow.
I mean, there's probably
that's a good thing to investigate right there.
I guarantee you there's an
You're giving people a reason to kill you.
There's an increased homicide rate amongst Ladybird.
I'd have to be like, hey, y'all.
There's got to be a good correlation there.
I'm going to sell this on a Ladybird deed, but peace out. I'm going to Mexico.
That's always
You'll
why,
never see me again.
That's always why I've been scared of life insurance. Is because as soon as someone knows you have life insurance, guess what?
You're worth something.
You become a target.
Yeah. That's what I told my wife when she was like, hey, I need you to get $1 million policy. I was like, are you trying to kill me?
I'm like, I've got enough for you to bury my ass, and that's it.
You always hear in the shows, oh, they had $1 million life insurance.
Yeah. They believe that they were targeting the life insurance policy.
Yeah, it means you were targeted.
Anyway, I got to tell you guys a story, and this is generally a time for me to tell you guys a quick tip on what to do or what not to do.
Yeah.
But instead, I wanted to tell you guys a quick story on someone that I met earlier today who is going through a really rough time on selling a flip property.
Okay.
So it was really neat because I got called out basically based because of the show. So he's probably watching, and he said, hey, I watched the show. I see that you guys know what you're talking about in terms of selling houses and, of course, renovations and flipping and whatnot. So can you come out and take a look at the property and tell me why my house has not sold? It's been on the market approximately 6 months. Literally has had 3 showings.
Wow.
And he was like, what's going on? So I went over there, and the first thing I realized is he went from flipping $200,000 houses and below to a $400,000 house.
Oh, so he's holding this thing for this whole time.
Been holding it for the whole time. And he's like, well, what's going on? What's the difference? And I'm walking the house, and I see a couple major things. One, every flooring in every room different.
Man, I don't see how people would do that or get away with that. Or think they can get away with that. It looks
new.
Terrible.
It's new.
Oh, so they did it on top of it. It's not like they just saved it.
It's new,
okay.
but it's different in every room. Yeah. The color in every room different.
No way.
Color in every room different. All the bathrooms. Now, you can sometimes get away with making your bathrooms different, but they somehow or another have to have some sort of flow to them, right?
Feng shui.
Something like and different. And
don't leave out the feng
I
shui.
did not realize that Ashley was a feng shuier.
I've been watching
Ashley knows a lot about feng shui, apparently.
You learn a lot about people on this show.
Yeah, right?
You really do.
So at the end of the conversation, he goes, just give it to me straight and tell me what do I have here. And I had to literally look him in the eye and say,
your Facebook ads suck.
Your Facebook ads suck. Sorry, Ted, gotta go.
Oh man, poor Ted.
I had to look at him and say, you are going to just take this as a learning experience.
Wow.
And
you're about to lose some money.
And you're either going to lose money, and if you're lucky, you may walk away unscathed, maybe break even. And it was one of those deals where I know I've been there, and I was able to pinpoint exactly what he had done wrong, and what had really ultimately gone wrong is that he went into a higher price point without having the right team or the right people in place. And I said, who are you working with? Who did the contracting? Well, I did it. Well, who picked out all the stuff? Well, I did that myself. When you're working in that price point and a higher price point, you don't do that.
You don't have the skill sets.
You
anymore.
don't. If you're a guy, period, you don't want to go out and start designing homes because homes are designed for women.
Absolutely.
Who better to design one than another one?
Unless you're very feminine like Curtis, and then you can
Wow.
go design yourself.
We love you, Curtis.
Curtis is going to love that one. Anyway, so that's the tip of the day. If you guys are going to go out there and start flipping high-end homes or anything outside of your comfort zone, make sure that you're aligned with someone that can help you do that properly.
Absolutely.
And don't get into the scenario where you're piecing something together, hoping it sells, and potentially going to lose some money. So anyway, that's all I have for tip of the day today. Let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up.
Big time. A lot of events coming up.
All right, so events coming up. Let me pull up my little event calendar here. All right, so next week on the 17th, it's Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse. They're having their happy hour at the Redneck Country Club. That's always a big one and a great time. And then on the 18th.
15th, don't forget.
Oh, I always forget.
Legal 1 and 2, man.
Legal 1
Come
and 2
on.
update. That's why you're looking at my calendar.
Like, where is it?
Yes, Legal 1 and 2 update. And that's going to be at the Allied Home Warranty Training Room, correct?
Mm-hmm. Allied Home Warranty Training Room. We're going to have Rob Cook, which is someone that everyone in town knows.
Yes.
He's going to be teaching us the Legal
awesome,
1 and 2 updates. I hear he puts on a phenomenal show. It's going to be hilarious. And it's going to be a good time. We got some really cool people coming out there. The whole Rat Pack crew is going to be out there. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you guys are putting that on your calendar. Plus, everyone needs to take Legal 1 and 2 as part of their continuing education. So
That's right.
It's something that no matter what you have to do, you might as well sign up and come have a good time with us.
That's right. And you can find that on our Facebook page, by the way. And so the 17th is Jet Lending. The 18th is Right Path Real Estate. They're having their monthly mixer.
That's at night.
Yes, Thursday the 18th. And then in the morning, we're having a brunch.
In the morning, we're having a brunch with NAREP. So if you guys are not familiar with NAREP, make sure you guys go out and check out NAREP Houston. Is it NAREPHouston.org? I have to maybe drop it down below.
NAREP Greater Houston.
NAREPGreaterHouston.org. We'll drop it down below just to make sure. But check it out. Make sure you come out. And all it's about is to make sure that we show you exactly how to hire your best assistant ever. And the whole point of this event is to make sure that if you're an agent, a loan officer, or anyone out there doing real estate, start growing your team now. Because I feel like everyone that does grow their team looks back and says, man, I wish I would have done it earlier.
Yep.
So that's the one thing I've heard across. Like every time we have these panels or these events, that is literally the one thing I heard each and every speaker say.
Yep.
I wish I would have hired earlier.
I wish I would have done it earlier. I wish I would have known who or how or what to pay or all that stuff. So we're just going to give everyone those answers right then and there. That's going to be on the 18th.
And then the next week on the 24th on Wednesday from 11 to 2, Alan and Jabron, they're going to be getting up and doing house flipping 101 for realtors at the Jetty Center.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, we really are, because this is an opportunity where we get a chance to really showcase how we can help the community out there in terms of helping them learn more about what they already have their hands in.
Yeah.
So if you're a realtor, you have your hands in real estate all the time.
Are y'all going to provide case studies?
We'll do some case studies, and we're going to go over
Excellent.
all the essentials on what you need in order to be able to buy a house, fix it up, sell it, and make a profit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, that's all the events in May. I know I'm looking forward to June. There's something called Bugs and Suds or something
Bugs
like
and
that.
I've heard of that event. I don't know where I've heard
Rain or
that.
shine, we're doing it this year. So if it's a monsoon, we're still going to have profit.
Awesome,
I'm looking forward
man.
to it.
We're excited. And we have our happy hour.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right. Happy hour June 13th.
June 13th. You guys start getting your tickets now. Last time we had this happy hour, we packed the entire place out. St. Arnold's was probably scared that they were going to lose some beer that day.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the Realty Ruckus. We've enjoyed our time with you. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.